So it's about your dreams, and your dreams are so, so special. I mean, you always had them when you were a child, and somehow, you stopped imagining, you stopped dreaming, and you stopped doing stuff. Or did you? Because I found out recently that we drift 50% of the day, the time. We 50% of the time we actually drift. I mean, that's crazy, right? So I come up with this idea, right? So you get your daydream, and it's not just any daydream, it's the most awesome daydream that you can have in your life. So you pick a scenario. Mine is the beach. It's always been the beach, Barbados. And you throw your kids in there, and maybe a couple of grandkids, and your best friends, and aunties and whatever. And then you put them all on the beach, and fried flying fish like, I just love it. It's spicy, just perfectly spiced, not too hot, not too, anyway. And then, and the coconut water straight from the coconut. And I'm there with my kids and with my loved ones, and we're just chilling on the beach. I've done it a million times before, but it's just my happy place, like when Peter Pan, the power that makes him fly, and our power, like, we can encapsulate it, encase it in a bubble, and make it our daydream inside that bubble. You can have one per bubble, or you can put some other bubbles in there, and you can just have the best time of your life. And why? Because you're a magnet, and however you feel, that's what tends to show up. I mean, it might take a little bit to catch up, a little minute or two or day or whatever, but it catches up. It catches up, and sometimes it catches you off guard, and sometimes it doesn't always look like, like how you thought it would look like, how you imagined it. Sometimes it's a million times better. Sometimes it's just kind of ordinary. Sometimes it sneaks up on you and you say, wow, this is so cool. This is so easy. This is so playful. And that's the thing about making your day a bit more playful and a bit more ease and less weighty, and more loving and more caring, and the ingredients that you actually like, you put them in the bubble. Like, I really want to be accepted today. I really want to be seen. I really want to be heard. I really want to feel like I belong. So you place it in the bubble. Your scenario, maybe it's your workmates, your college mates, maybe it's your friends, maybe it's your family, however that works for you. And you play the scenario out. You play the scenario out, the conversations. You play it out and out until it feels right in your nervous system, so it feels right in your heart and your mind and your nervous system, and they're all in the same space. They're all in the same space. They're loving this moment. They're caring about this moment. But you know what? Then you just let the moment go. When you're back, when you want to get back into reality, and you're feeling elevated, and you've got that, you know where it lives, you know where that bubble is, you just let it go, because you know where it lives. So why are you looking, to see whether it's caught up yet? Because it makes no sense in doing that, because you can just grab your bubble and go in it anytime you want. So that's the difference between what I do and what's out there, because there's like a gap between manifesting and imagining normally. But when we do the bubble, doesn't feel like there's a gap. There is a gap, but it doesn't feel that way, because your nervous system's soothed, and your thoughts are soothed, and your heart's soothed, and you got a hang of it. And especially if you keep on doing it, like, you're not going to get it right every time, but when you understand you're just doing it for the fun, then it gets easier, and it's no competition in it, rather than, it's really, really awesome to see the images, like, because we've got AI now, and we don't need to go, like, I told you before, on this channel, that I had lots of clients. I used to sit all day and have clients, and then I thought, this doesn't really work, let's do an app. So then you can access the app whenever you want to. It's tiny little quests, tiny little quests. So you create the bubble, you create the image with your AI, and then that clip that image turns into a video clip, and then you have a living, breathing vision board. And it's all yours, and you can watch it. If you watch it before bed and really, really feel yourself inside that bubble just before you go to sleep, you wake up in that state of awesomeness, of blissful, like I got it today, you know. And then there will be no stubbing of the foot, no being late in traffic. It's just really, it is just really phenomenal how your day works out once you do this little time, when you add this intentional daydream, this intentional bubble to your day, you know. Oh no, like, why don't you experiment? Okay, have one morning without the bubble, see with that how that works, like that's a normal day, and then add the bubble, take it away, you know, add the bubble, take it away. Somewhere around you there's a link. Okay, so you can do the taster's free, and I don't mind putting my app out there because it's totally free. It's 8 little tiny quests. You get your own 8 little tiny quests. You get your own little storyboard, your own little vision board, living, breathing at the end of it, however you want it to look, and you can edit it so it's all together, so you can watch it before you go to bed. Okay, and why do we do this? Because life's pretty hard. It was really hard for me, and what kept me going was you. Like, you thinking about you, imagining what is in your bubble, creating your bubble, sharing your bubble, like with your friends and your family, adding them to your bubble, them adding you to their bubble, and having these like little bubble parties just to elevate your state of how you feel, you know, going through the day. Because sometimes it's really hard to say it's a high vibration, and everyone knows that if you stay, or you know, at a high vibration, then like good things come to you, but like sustaining that is another kettle of fish. You know, it's kind of like it is kind of difficult sometimes to maintain, you know. So the bubbles, they do a really good job at that, a really good job, especially when you kind of master it, and you really put the fun in it, you know, and start from the state of I got this. I may not have in reality yet, but I know how this feels. Like our athletes, you know, they imagine they're winning, and then when they actually do win, it's the next best thing. It's they felt it a million times, so it's easy to win once they felt it, once their body knows how that feels. Your nervous system knows how that feels. Your mind, your thoughts know how it feels to be successful, to be the person you want to be. Even you do, you know, and then you just, you know, rehearse it until one day you're that person, and then you've got to do a whole new other set of bubbles with them. And because it's fun, it doesn't really matter. It's okay. I built a YouTube channel, Imagine with Yazriel, and I wanted to do Imagine with Yaz with loads of Z's, but somebody's got that, so I couldn't do it. So it's Yazriel. But anyway, so I built it for you guys so it could lead to the app. And so you can have your fun, and so you can have your bubble, and you can have your scenarios, and you can have your best case scenarios, and then you can build and build and build and build and build. Because once you start doing this, like say you're just like a regular human, and you know you're pretty cool, you know, and going for your day, and it's all good, and you're doing your best and best and best, and you know this stuff. So if you're coming from there, like it's kind of easy to, like, you know. And like, yeah, and then all of a sudden you're right. All of a sudden you're right at the top, and you know, if you ever was to slip, if you ever was to fall, then you know how to climb back up there. And that's the thing. It's a really simple formula to add to your day, and obviously, like, don't kind of just take my word for it. Like, it wasn't for that. It was for me to show you the formula so you excel, like, way past me and my AI. you know, because you know, like you're the next generation, you're the next, you know, and like every time I'm creating a bubble, every time I'm creating a quest, every time I'm adding to the app, I'm thinking of you like surpassing me, like going way, you surpassing me, you surpassing me, you going way beyond that me and my AI ever have, you know. And like in the images, I like with the images, like the ones behind me, like I'm trying to like get you to imagine what your bubble could be like, what's inside it, where you could feel and touch, you know, you could feel and taste and touch and smell and hear it, those conversations. Yes, whatever your name is, I done it, you done it, like all those confirmations, you know, like you hear it and then you hear it and then you hear it, and then one day you actually hear it in reality, and then whew, you know, whew, I mean, some people say, well, to be honest, my friend the other day said, well, yes, I don't believe in this stuff. I mean, why are you doing this? I don't believe in it. She was saying that she doesn't believe in it. And I said to her, you know what? If somebody came to me and said, yes, pretend you're an octopus, okay? And, you know, because my body was rejecting my heart, you know, I was in immense pain. And if somebody said to me, yes, pretend you're an octopus, you'll have 4 hearts, you'll be okay. Do you think I would believe that? But I did it, and I was on 22 tablets at the time. I'm not saying that you can do that, you know. I'm saying this is where I got the idea from. So I'm not saying like this is going to heal you. This is for entertainment purposes only. But whether you believe it or whether you don't believe it, or you do it for the fun, you know, it works, and it's so funny. So so my idea is that you all have a community and you do the 8, even if you do the 8 quests, the beginning quests, because I did launch it and everyone kind of did the first one, and then you know, it worked, and then I froze. So if you want to go for it, go for the whole 8, like dive in for the whole 8. The whole 8 is free, okay? So you got this, we got this, okay? So have a great time. Bye.